Mr. Bradford Wright has been teaching at this high school for 29 years, specializing in American history and constitutional history. Mr. Wright also created and now teaches a course in Russian studies. He is one of the high school's most respected and most popular teachers, and he has just been appointed to the position of Teacher of Social Studies Emeritus. I'm very pleased to introduce Mr. Bradford Wright.
Last fall, when I went home to attend the 50th reunion of my high school class, I was pleased to discover that several of my classmates had become school teachers. I did not ask them how they came to the decision to teach school, but I can report on two experiences which helped to bring me to this interesting and important profession. One day, after I had been in the Army for about 1 year during the Second World War, a captain handed me a collection of books and charts and said, "Wright, you are to teach this material starting next Monday." My response, "Yes, sir." And so I found myself teaching about the construction and functioning of all kinds of ammunition, both ground and air. I taught classes of flyers and bombardiers how bombs and bomb fuses worked. This was my school of education. What else brought me to teaching? Teachers of American history have occasion to talk about manifest destiny and mission. Perhaps these words help to explain why people become teachers, indeed why some members of your class, and I hope many, will want to teach school. Life at Brookline High School has been exciting. When I arrived in 1958, all students and teachers had 5 classes a day, 5 days a week. Classes were larger than at present. Students and teachers were in study halls. Teachers had 1 free period a week. We had homeroom every day, at which time we read the Bible, said the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Bells sounded to tell us to move on to the next class. In the early 1960s, the student population was over 2,400, some 300 more than at present. Fewer courses were offered than is now the case. The cafeteria was about half the size of our present facility, and there were fewer classrooms. There were student marshals who directed traffic in the corridors, and there were dress codes. In 1958, there was 1 black student in the school, and our experience with students from beyond the borders of this nation was extremely limited. The American Field Service program was the one means of bringing foreign students to the school. I have had the privilege of being associated with hundreds of students, with 3 superintendents, 3 headmasters, and with a great many fine teachers. I think of how wonderful it is that during this academic year, 4 young men and women whom I knew as students have been teaching in our school. Thank you very much for asking me to speak.
All right.